Hello everyone, my name is Hitesh and I welcome you all to TradeBrains YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, please comment, like and subscribe to our videos. Now through this video, I'll be talking about the latest offering by TradeBrains. This offering is specifically for those people who are willing to understand and try to learn the mechanism of investing in the stock market. So through this video, I'll be trying to show you exactly what is this new offering and how does it benefit the investors in the market. So for doing that, you just have to log into our portal, and it goes by the web link that is www.portal.tradebrains.in, and that's how you reach the main page of our portal. This is how the outer look, or this is how the main page of web page of the portal looks like. You can scroll down and you see all the features of it. Now this portal is very useful to those people who want to learn and research the stock market. Say, take for example, if I were to research information on HTFC Bank, all I just got to do is type in the key name, and I get to the main page of HTFC Bank. And this is how it looks like inside. Now, how is it different from any other portal which is available in the market right now? The simple thing is it's very interactive by nature. You don't have to go to different places to find the information. All the important information or the things which are very relevant to investors in the current scenario are being highlighted by different colors. Take for example, if I want to see which sector does this HTFC Bank belong to, you can see it belongs to banking sector at the private bank. You can see the market cap of this bank, plus you can see the PE, plus you can see the current price of the share price of HTFC Bank. As you go down or scroll down in this thing, on the right hand side corner of the screen, you see all the current important metrics of the market. That is the face value of the share, market cap, EPS, price to book value, PE ratio, dividend yield, ROE, ROC. All the factors which are very important for the investment decision are being highlighted here. And if you go down a little more, you can see at the center of the screen, you see the price of that is the closing price of the shares of HTFC Bank from the time of its inception. Now if you go a little, you can maximize or minimize the time frame which you want to see it. You can get to see the daily prices, plus you can see the overall trend in the market, where the trend is bullish or bearish in the market. So it gives you an overall view about the market as to what is the current sentiment of the market. If you scroll down a little more on this page, you get to see all the important profitability parameters like the return on equity, return on capital employed, return on asset, net profit margin, and you get to see also what is the average performance for last 3 years. So that gives you an idea that how the firm has been performing over last 3 years. And if you go to the last bar here, you get to also see what is the return in the last year. So in case of HTFC Bank, the return on equity has been 16.4%, but the average return for last three years is 16.92%. Similarly for ROC, ROA, net profit margin, all the factors have been designed in such a way that it becomes easier for people to understand. Rather than digging deep into the information, just from the scroll of the mouse, you get to see yearly performance of each of the net profit, plus you get to see average profit which has been earned over the last 3 years, and each and every parameter here has been explained at the bottom of the table. That is, say for example, if I were to explain what is return on equity, so it shows return on equity shows how efficiently a company generates profit from money that shareholders have invested. So you get to know that what exactly would return on equity mean. If you go down a little more, you get to see these three important parameters, that is revenue, net profit and net profit margin, all on the same bar. So for every year you get to see what has been the net profit margin, what is the net income, what is the net revenue. So it gives you a very interactive outlook or interactive perspective on the market, whether the trend has been increasing or the trend has been decreasing. So without reading too much of text, just by the graphical representation, it gives you a very good idea about how the performance of the particular share has been. And you can take your investment decision or investment outlook based on that. If you go down a little more, you get to see all the growth parameters. That is what has been the 1 year compounded annual growth rate, 3 year CAGR, 5 year CAGR. For different parameters like the revenue, book value, net profit, dividend, all the factors can be seen here just by scrolling down the pages. These are the operational ratios like the net NPA, CASA ratio, advance growth, net interest margin. Everything has been put in a graphical form. So, and it's a known thing that in any picture or graphical representation makes it easier to understand. So, which is the main focus behind designing this portal in such a way that you don't have to go through too much text, but it is explaining all the information which is important, which is required, and you get everything in the graphical form, and rather than having to go through the text form. If you go down a little more, you get to see valuation ratio. That is the P ratio, EV by EBITDA ratio, price to book value ratio, price to cash flow. Again, the information is in the graphical form, and it's easier to just scroll over the graph and you get to see what exactly this bar represent. Then if you go down, you have profit and loss statement for the last 5 years, and the trend has been shown in the graph form. So you have everything in the form of digits here. And if you want to see what is the trend, you just have to look at the graph and you can have a fair idea that the interest or the total income has been increasing over the last 5 years. The interest expense has been increasing. The operating expense have been on the higher upscale. So you get to see all the information in a very nice, lucrative and a very informed manner without having to go through the cumbersome process of reading every information. You can just skim through it and the graphical representation takes care of everything. Plus you have balance sheets for last 5 years for the share price of HTFC Bank. Then you have cash flow statement. Again, everything in the number form plus the graphical form. The quarterly financial statements are available here for the last 5 quarters. The shareholding pattern. Now this is also very important parameters for investors who are willing to invest in the market. You get to see what is the shareholding pattern for promoters, what is the pledge amount, what is the amount which is owned by FIS, DIS. All the information has been shared on the screen here, and you get to also see the trend for the same in the graphical form. So we can say this portal is very interactive, and you get all the information which you need just by scrolling down the mouse here. And if you scroll down a little more, you get to see 5-year analysis and the fact sheet, like the gross NPA, net NPA, CASA ratio, advance growth, profit margin, return on equity, return on assets. All the important facts which are being constantly and very commonly used by all the investors are just available here on the single screen, and it's very interactive and very easy to understand. If you go down, this is important. If you type the HTFC Bank, you have to understand there are other competitors in the market for HTFC Bank. So you get to see all the peer companies which are available in the market, and you can do your research based on that. So it gives you a very, very informed outlook. And at the bottom of the page, you get to see the annual reports for last 3 years. And all the news which are important pertaining to HTFC Bank, because for us the keyword is HTFC Bank, is available right now at the bottom of the screen, and you just don't have to go anywhere else. You just click on this news tab and you just get to see the news from different sources like the Live Mint, Business Standard, Bloomberg Quint, Hindustan Business, all those important, and all those websites which are kind of very important for the news circuit or news market or the financial market are being subscribed by us, and you get to see the information about all the keywords. So this is how the basic usage of portal works. Again, now if we go to the main page of our portal and say, if you see on the top of the screen, there is something called as buckets, compare stock, screener, and the various tools. Under tools, you have the superstar portfolios, the market news, blogs, and watch list. I'll be explaining each and every bit of information here in this video. So first thing which we'll be talking about is buckets. Now to get into buckets, you just have to do your simple Google login. Then I have already logged in here in the system, so I'll be logging in using my ID here. And you get to logged in, and you can see the name on the right side of the screen. If you click on the buckets, this is how the bucket page looks like. Now if you look at it, the buckets have been divided into theme-based stocks, the sectoral stocks, the business groups. These are the 3 bases on which the buckets have been divided. Now what exactly this bucket means? If I were to supposedly willing to invest in the infrastructure India kind of fund, so what would that fund have? All the shares which are going to be benefited by the development of infrastructure, or who are the key component in the development of the infrastructure, are a part of this theme. If I were to open this theme, say of infrastructure India, you get this information. We have a brief overview about what exactly this infrastructure India is and on what basis have we selected stocks for that. Then you have we have a video representation for the same. Then you have all the SWOT analysis done for this theme, like the strength, weakness, opportunities and threats for this particular theme. And then you have list of all the stocks which according to us, and this stocks have been selected with the selection of internal algos and all the parameters decided by the internal research team. These are the stocks which will be benefited with the development of infrastructure, and which if invested into, people can get substantial return on the portfolio over a series of time. So all the different themes, all the different buckets have different companies, and how are they selected, every parameter has been explained there. Now you must be saying that there are only 3 buckets open and all the other buckets are hidden. That's because if you want to subscribe to all our buckets, you have to be a part of the premium members. All the simple, like the couple of buckets have been left open just for you to have a brief overview as to what these buckets include. We have left all the sectoral buckets open for the normal subscription of our portal, and then we have information about all the business groups. What does that mean? Supposedly, if I were to click on, say, Tata Group here, so you have a brief background about what exactly is Tata and how does the business happen. Then you have a list of all the stocks which are listed in the stock exchange under the banner of Tata Group. If you look just simply at Tata Group, there are about 28 companies which are listed on the stock exchange which are under the Tata banners. Companies like the Tata Steel, Trent, Orient Hotels, Titan, Rallies India, Tata Elxsi, Tata Steel. All these are a part of the parent company Tata Group. So all the information about all these companies are available on our website. You just have to click and come inside the website and you get all the information available on the screen there. Now, if supposedly I were to show exactly how to use the same thing on the premium thing, I just need to log out from here, and I'll show you by logging into my premium subscription account here. That is logged here. Now I am logged through my premium account, and if you were to see the buckets, see all the buckets are open here. Just to give you an example, I can open, say, transportation logistics. It gives you an overview, SWOT stocks which are a part of this bucket right now. So this is how this website or the portal works. If you are a part of the simple premium plan of our portal, you get to see all the information which is available on the website there. And plus you become eligible for all the new updates and all the new other features which will be added on our portal. Now the next important feature on this portal is the compare stock. This is the only exclusive place where you get to compare the stocks of different companies or different industries on the same screen. You can either choose to compare the companies from the same industries, or you can also choose to compare companies from different industries and have a comparative study of that. I'll show you how do you do that. Take, for example, if I were to take, say, ICICI Bank, say Tata Motors, say Tata Elxsi, Reliance Industries. So although all these companies are from different industries and they fall into different kind of business, they can still be compared for a study. And you can also take, for example, say you can do for TCS, and you just compare stocks. Click on the tab of compare stocks. So you'll get a comparative study of all the stocks, and you can do that for both for standalone and the consolidated balance sheet. So this is important. We have given importance to all the different kind of balance sheets because every investor does their research and use their investment in a different way. And you see all the key important metrics have been compared here. That is market cap, PE, price to book value, yield, return on equity, ROCE, return on equity, and all the important ratios again have been put in a graphical form here, like the earnings per share and the return on equity, all those things. You must be saying the net interest margin, NPA, are only for one bank, but there's only one bank which has been used by me for the comparative studies. If there were 2 or 3 banks, then you could have 2 or 3 different line graphs coming here. Plus you have operational ratios which are very important, and in the comparative study also they have been displayed here. And if you go down, you get other valuation ratios and dividend other metrics. So this comparative study is very easy for everyone, and you save a lot of time. If supposedly I were to compare 5 different companies, then I have to open 5 different tabs and I have to keep scrolling between tabs. But through this feature on our website, you can compare all the 5 companies on just one simple page. That is the most important thing about, and this is the most easy and the most creative thing which has been done on the website, because it gives you a comparative study on one single page. That is one benefit of this portal here. The next important benefit, which is the screener. Screener, as we know, that you can have different parameters, and based on which you can shortlist the industries. Just to give an example, I want to short, say, airlines, and I run my parameter. So these are all the companies which are a part of the airline industry, and all the different airlines, not just the one which have into airlines, but you have other companies which can be impacting the airline industry also become a part of the thing. Then you can again shortlist them on the based of market cap. You say the minimum market cap should be, say, 3,000 crores. and the max there is no cap, so you just run on that. So you have two airline company which fit in the bill of being a industry which is from airlines plus a market cap of more than 3,000 crores. So that is how you can use this filter of screeners, and you can screen on different parameters which are available on our portal right now. And the next important tool which we have here is the watch list. Now, if you are a premium member of our website, you are allowed to make unlimited number of watch lists. If you look here, I have one which is default setting. Then I have an investment watch list. I can make different names, and each and every watch list can be for different objectives. Some could be, you can again make a watch list based on industries. You can again make a watch list on any parameter which you think could be for long-term investing, short-term investing. So it becomes easier for you to have keep tracking all the investments which you have made, and it can also put a filter that as and when something reaches a particular price, it gives you alert for buying or selling in the market. So that is how watchlist is useful. This is one of the very important features, and you can easily remove and add stocks to the watchlist. It is very simple. It is very easy to use. And the next important factor is the superstar portfolios. Now, this is a very classical presentation of the buckets. You have seen all the big names in the market like Ashish Kacholia, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, Dolly Khanna, Radhakrishnan Damani. But no one is aware of exactly what becomes a part of their portfolio or what is there in their portfolio. But through our portal, you get to access all the information about them as to which companies have they invested, in which quarter have they invested in what kind of companies. Just to give an example, if I were to open a portfolio of Ashish Kacholia, first you get a brief overview about what Ashish Kacholia is and what is his background is. Then you see and look at the stock list of all the stocks which form a part of his company. Like, he has investment in about 17 companies, and you can again see the investment in different quarters which he has made. Like in June quarter, what did his portfolio look like? In the March 2020 quarter, what does his portfolio look like? So you can have a complete information about those big investors, and you can maybe replicate similar things on your portfolio also. It doesn't guarantee success, but we actually get to be the part of similar portfolio which these big investors in the market are investing. So this is one benefit which is being commonly used by all our subscribers, and they're really appreciating the additional feature which we have put into it. So if I were to list down the important features on this portal, is obviously the first being the stock research and analysis. Second being the buckets. We have more than 50 buckets listed on our website. You can come and have a look, and you get to see all the different companies and all the different rationale behind making those buckets. Then you have option of compare stock. This is very important feature whereby which you can compare different stocks from different industries or same industry and have a comparative study based on that. Then you have a simple screener. Through screeners, you can again shortlist the stocks based on the various criteria or various filters which you apply. And then on the tool section, you have our superstar portfolios plus the watch list, and the other three features being blogs. TradeBrains, as we all know, is very famous for its blogs and financial content and the technical content in the market, so you can come and read those also. Plus you have market news, and plus you can do research on all the stocks of 5,000 stocks which are listed on the stock exchange. So I hope this video was informative and gave you a brief snippet of what this portal does. We are continuously updating the portal, and we have put a lot of effort to make this portal very easy and interactive to use. Please do come, subscribe and use our portal. I thank you for your patient hearing, and if you have any more doubts, please put your queries in the comment section. I'll be more than glad to answer that. Thank you so much.